Good morning, guys. I wanted to come on this morning before I got to work. I had another dream last night, and I wrote everything down as much as I could because it was very detailed. I'm going to go ahead and kind of refer to my notes here as I'm sharing this with you, just so I can make sure I could get it all out there. All right, so it started off, I was in a house with a bunch of my family members. Believers, and I'm not sure if they're really non-believers or if they're saved. I couldn't tell you. I know that they know about Jesus, but I don't know for sure if they're actually saved, and that's kind of pertinent to this. But anyways, I was in the house with everyone, and I had a bunch of kids with me and was talking to them about Jesus and, about the rapture. And one of these individuals were kind of mocking and scoffing and giving me a hard time about it. They were asking me, oh, you really believe in all that? And, just the typical, I guess, backlash, so to speak, that you get as a believer. And I was explaining to them about salvation and what's going to happen, if you aren't saved and whatnot. And as I'm going into detail about this, and about the conversation of a rapture, the whole ground beneath me, everything started shaking, and then there was a crackling, a streak of lightning went through the sky, and I knew at that point that the rapture was happening. And I do apologize. I'm trying to get this out and get all the details in there. But as we were sitting there and this was going on, the kids, of course, started getting scared. And the individuals, there was just a couple of them that weren't, I guess, true believers. They were like, their eyes got real big and they're like, what is that? What's happening? And I knew once I saw the lightning streak across the sky that it was a rapture, and I told them that, and they're still, they're afraid of what's going on, but at the same time, they're like, yeah, I don't believe that. That's not what's happening. So I pretty much, I put the word out there to them and pretty much started to ignore their constant, I guess, mocking of it all. And me and the children started doing the Lord's Prayer. Well, as we're doing the Lord's Prayer, we start to wind it down and everything, and I look up and I see this angel that falls. And I was just like, what is that? And I started seeing it wandering. It was huge, massive angel. And it was wandering and roaming around just on the land that was there, going back and forth. So once we're all done praying and everything, I see this, I go to the door and I open it, and this angel's standing like right before me. But it wasn't a regular angel. This angel, there was something off about it. And I refer to it as an angel at the moment only because that's what it appeared to be. It appeared to be and portrayed itself to be good. Like the angel of light or whatnot. And it was, I don't know if it had said this, I can't remember this, but he was looking for God. And there was something off about it. And when he went to bow his head down in front of me to say goodbye or whatnot, or I don't know, he was leaving, he was getting ready to leave, and he just went like this. And out of the top of his head were 3 horns, 2 of them big, 1 little one. And I immediately shut the door and I told everybody, we need to just stay inside here. This is pretty much like our sanctuary. God's protected this home. We're good. We're staying here. That's not who we think it is. I called it the Antichrist in the dream. And he's still going back and forth, just like, whenever someone's hunting their prey whatnot. That's how this thing was. This, yeah, I don't know. A fallen angel, I guess, is what you would call it. Let's see. Sorry, I'm having to go back over my notes again. Okay. And then after that, oh yeah. Okay. So we shut the door and everything. This thing's roaming around outside. I'm looking around inside the house, like, you know, the windows were shut, but like the curtains were drawn open, so you could see everything that was going on around you. And as I'm looking out the windows, I started seeing snowfall, like a lot, not almost like a whiteout. And then in the mixture of the snowfall, there was started raining, and then all of a sudden it was rain, snow, and then hail, and it was all coming down at the same time and started coating everything. Then after that, I saw people were fighting. It was becoming more and more violent in the dream. It was extreme violence over food. You could see that there was a food shortage, and in some places that the prices of the food was extremely expensive, beyond anything that we could imagine now. It was just way crazy. And then I looked over, like, as I'm seeing all these people fighting and everything, I look over to the side, and then I see a uniformed line of angels. Again, I don't know. That's what they portrayed themselves to be. I don't know if these were actually angels or if these were more fallen angels, but it wasn't like there was 10 in a line. There was like 1,000 in a line, and they were going over the land. And they had something in their hand, like a rod that they were pushing across the land. And I couldn't tell what was at the bottom of these things, but when they were marching across this field, everything behind them was destroyed. I mean, it was annihilated. From the ground itself to any obstacles, you know, sheds, homes, you name it, everything was just gone. And then after that, then there was, I could see like stuff falling from the sky. It stopped snowing, it stopped raining, all that. It was like one thing right after another. It was doing like 7 years. And that's what I kept thinking to myself. I'm like, this is 7 years happening in, 7 minutes. That's what it felt like in the dream. But I saw like little stones, maybe, about a golf ball size, that started falling from the sky, and they were on fire. So then all the land was on fire. And then at that point, I don't remember much else. I woke up, but it just, and I didn't wake up scared or anything like that or alarmed, because throughout the entire dream, that was the one thing I kept pushing and reassuring everybody. While the kids were crying, they were scared. And I kept telling them, don't worry, they can't harm us. God's protected our shelter, our dwelling place. And the non-believers and stuff, once they started seeing everything, it was kind of like you have to see to believe. That's how their mentality of everything was. And they started freaking out. And it got to a point